Hello and welcome to this information session about the Teacher Leadership Program at Northwestern University's School of Education and Social Policy. My name is Tim Dohrer. I'm the director of the Teacher Leadership Program and an assistant professor in the School of Education and Social Policy. So glad you are here to join us and learn a little bit more about our Teacher Leadership Program. Let me start by telling you a little bit about Northwestern and the School of Ed and our teacher education program. Northwestern University is a Big Ten university located just north of the city of Chicago. You can see Chicago in the distance on this picture. And it's a beautiful campus here in Evanston, Illinois. We also have campus locations in Chicago and Qatar. And we are have the School of Education and Social Policy is located here in Evanston, and the School of Education and Social Policy is one of the top schools of education in the country, with around 750 students studying a variety of areas, including human development, learning sciences, social policy, as well as professional master's programs in learning and organizational change, higher education, and the Master of Science in Education program, or MS-Ed, which is the program that I work in, and is where we train K-12 teachers in elementary, middle, and high school, as well as teacher leaders. We have an educational studies program for people looking for a more general master's degree in education and master's degree in learning sciences. So the teacher education program here at Northwestern has made some deep commitments to certain aspects of teaching and learning and schooling. And those are represented here. Our goal always, whether it is with pre-service teachers or current teachers or people who work in education adjacent spaces, is that we want to focus on creating transformative teaching and learning in every aspect of what we do. That begins with advancing equity and social justice, with understanding learning and human development, by engaging within and across communities, and fostering subject matter sense making. And those four commitments really represent major areas of our research and our work here at Northwestern in the School of Education and Social Policy. And hopefully you'll see those show up in the courses and programs that you take part in through the School of Education and our teacher education program. So what is teacher leadership? This is why you're here. You're curious about this term. Well, the term is one that I think has lots of different interpretations. We have here Charlotte Danielson, who wrote many years ago that teacher leadership refers to that set of skills demonstrated by teachers who continue to teach, but also have an influence that extends beyond their own classrooms. We like to talk about this as leading from your classroom, and that we don't just lead in our classrooms, we also lead certainly in our schools and our communities, and that this is for teachers who want to continue to engage in that teaching practice, to continue to grow into a master teacher with their students, but also want to extend the work that they do into the work with their colleagues, with administrators, with staff, with parents and families, and with the community. And the community might be the local community, state, regional, national, or international community. We also believe that teacher leaders and teachers who take on this role are interested in fostering a collaborative culture of learning wherever they are, whether it's in their classroom, in their school, or their district, or their community, that teacher leaders use research and data to improve teaching and learning. So we really see teachers and teacher leaders as learning scientists. So how are they using all of those tools to improve what happens in our schools and what happens with kids? That teacher leaders are constantly growing and learning throughout their careers. So we believe in promoting lifelong learning and wellness, and that teacher leaders oftentimes serve in roles as coaches and mentors as much as they serve in a role of sort of leading, maybe leading a committee or leading an initiative. So there's this coaching and mentoring role that is also really a cornerstone of teacher leadership. And finally, we see teachers in this type of all teachers work with families and parents and the community, but we believe teacher leaders really make this an important part of the work that they do. How can I better connect what is happening in the school with what is happening outside the school? So there's two ways that we're approaching teacher leadership here at Northwestern that are very exciting. The first is, what are we doing to really help current teachers, wherever they are in their careers, continue to grow and continue to get better, and to practice and get better at their leadership skills. So we do that through a variety of ways. We do that through various webinars, workshops, institutes, and short courses. Some of these are recorded online. Some of these are live online. Some are in person for maybe an hour or two. Some might be for the whole day or an entire week or many days over the year. So we have a variety of ways that we approach those webinars and workshops and institutes and courses. Some of those are free. Some registration fee attached to them. So you'll want to check out our website to learn more about those. We do feature one particular kind of approach, which are what we call our institutes, which are mostly 1 week intensive institutes in the summer, 5 days of learning, 9 to 3 here on the Evanston campus, or sometimes at our Chicago campus, where you can dive into a topic that is a leading edge topic for teachers and teacher leaders. And in some cases, just learn with your colleagues. In other cases, those could be available as a graduate credit. We also do some institutes that are long, where we might have 2 day-long workshops in the fall, 2 in the winter, and 2 in the spring, that are all connected thematically, like around instructional coaching or equity or technology or next generation science standards. We might have an institute for the year on something like that. We really see this also as an opportunity for teachers and teacher leaders to collaborate and network with each other, both locally and globally. We will always bring the best facilitators possible to these webinars, seminars, institutes, and they're always on the topics that we think are important. We certainly hear are important from teachers around the country and around the world. We believe that teachers, when they do professional learning, should be treated as professionals treated. I hope you'll find that you are warmly greeted, warmly brought into the learning community that we have, whether it's for an hour or it's for many days together. We do have the ability to give not only professional development certificates and micro-credentials and certificates of completion to you, which you might be able to use in your state or your school district for some kind of credit towards your license. But we also do have the option of taking one of our institutes, for example, or one of our master's degree courses for graduate credit if you need that. And again, all this is going to be a registration, whether it's a free webinar or it's a paid workshop. That'll all be done through our teacher leadership workshop. The other half of our work here is around a master's degree in teacher leadership, which we're very excited. We were one of the first institutions, certainly in the state of Illinois and in the country, to offer a master's degree in teacher leadership. And we are now one of the first to offer a completely remote master's degree in teacher leadership. In fact, at this point, you can only get the master's degree in teacher leadership from Northwestern via the remote option. And this is going to allow us to reach a much broader audience of teachers who will be interested in doing this work. It's a master's degree from the School of Education from Northwestern University. This is for current teachers who have some experience. We believe that teachers should have a little bit of a teaching experience before they engage in these courses. These are 12 courses at Northwestern. Each course is 1 unit, so it's 12 units. It's about 32 semester hours, but it's 12 courses that are delivered completely online in both a synchronous and asynchronous format, meaning we will have regular weekly class meetings in our 10-week quarter. usually in the evening at about 6 o'clock Central Time. And there will also be lots of asynchronous independent work that you will do as part of each course. We do have some on-campus opportunities to come to Evanston, even to stay over if you're flying in or driving in from a distance, and being here for workshops, institutes, conferences that we are going to be offering, where we are going to encourage teacher leaders wherever you are in the world. We would love for you to come to campus to see this beautiful Northwestern campus here on the shores of Lake Michigan, and to soak up a little of the purple pride and have a Northwestern experience, even if it's for a day or two. So we'll be telling you more about that and sharing more of that with our students and on our website. Please note, if you are an Illinois teacher, Illinois is a leader in the area of teacher leadership, and they offer an endorsement in teacher leadership. And by doing this master's degree, you will not only receive the master's degree, but you will also receive an endorsement on your professional license for teacher leadership, which is really, really exciting, including the ability to be an evaluator, a teacher evaluator, as a result of that endorsement. We believe, that this teacher leadership master's degree is going to prepare you for roles such as department chair, instructional coach, a mentor, team leader, grade level leader, committee chair, and lots of other ways that you could be a huge help to your school in that leadership role. But obviously, we're also talking about non-titled leadership roles when we talk about teacher leadership. Just the work that you will be able to do in your community is going to be pretty powerful once you've done a little more work on developing those leadership skills. And our courses run the gamut from leadership, teacher thinking and learning, curriculum design, professional development, coaching, which is a big area right now in the area of teacher leadership, and curriculum and instruction and assessment. So the master's degree does include a school-based practicum that you'll do at your school, and it will include the completion of a master's project, which will be some kind of a short research project that will be the capstone for your work in our degree program. Our master's degrees happen in pretty similar ways to our pre-service program. We're on the quarter system here, so classes do occur in the fall, summer, spring, and summer. These are usually 10-week quarters. Although in the summer we run a 6-week quarter, so it's a little bit truncated and a little bit more intense. Classes generally meet from 6 to 9 o'clock in the evening during the fall, winter, and spring. During the summer, we do offer day programs as well as evening courses because teachers have more time during the day to take some classes. You must start your degree in the summer or fall, and most teacher leaders can get a degree in 2 years. Some may do it in 3, and it's possible to complete it in 1 year if you do it really full time. But most teachers take 1 class a quarter or 2 classes a quarter and do the program in 2 years. This is an overview of our schedule, or at least right now, this current schedule. You can see we offer 2 or 3 classes every quarter. There are 11 courses that are required, that are titled that everyone must take. Those are listed on the left. The one change in all that is our summer electives, or our electives. You do have 11 required classes, and then you take 1 elective. Those electives generally are offered in the summer. However, we are offering at least 1 elective every one of the quarters, fall, winter, spring, and summer, in a remote format, so that you can do your electives at another time. But the cool thing about the summer is it might allow you to do one of our in-person summer institutes. So some of our summer institutes are 5 days, Monday through Friday, here in Evanston, 9 to 3. And these can be taken as a graduate credit for your summer elective. And what's so great about that is that would be one of those great opportunities to come to campus and really learn in person with some of your colleagues who are in the program. But again, you don't need to do that. That's not required. We have other electives you could take throughout the year. And we offer, I think, a really wonderful independent study option. If you wanted to take if you want to take your elective as an independent study, that's something that we would work out with you as well. So how do you apply to the degree program, a master's in education and teacher leadership? It's pretty simple and straightforward. First, most people apply as a matriculated degree-seeking student. That's why they're coming. They want to start that in the summer or fall. It is, a sort of a typical college application. We do have the option that you could do sort of a non-degree seeking or non-matriculated option, which allows you to come in as kind of a student at large and take up to 4 classes without having to do the full degree application. Sometimes people just want to take 1 or 2 classes. This would be the option. Other times people want to take a couple of classes before doing the full degree. You should know that being accepted as a non-matriculated candidate does not automatically mean you will be accepted as a matriculated candidate. You still need to go through the full matriculation application process. You should also note that non-matriculated students are not eligible for federal loans or fellowships, which I'll talk about in a second. And then in terms of the requirements for the application, we have an online application form you fill out from our website. Just go to the Apply Now button and start your application. You'll be asked for official copies of all academic transcripts, a resume, and you write 4 application essays. All of these are critically important to us determining admission into the Teacher Leader Master's Degree program. Also, if you're applying for a degree, you will need to send 2 letters of recommendation. We would like one of these to come from a supervisor who has worked with you as a teacher. We'd like the other one to be academic, someone who has worked with you as a student, maybe in an undergraduate class or a graduate class, or it could be someone who knows you in a way that they can speak to your ability to do academic work in a graduate class. These are graduate courses, and we want to make sure that you are in a good place to be able to do graduate level reading and writing and the work we expect and research that we expect graduate students to do. So all of this is what you would fill out via the online form. You would submit all these things, get letters of recommendation, send in your application, and we're pretty good at turning around applications pretty quickly, so you would get a result pretty fast. And again, that would be able to set you up to start in a summer or a fall. So generally speaking, and this may be dated when you watch this, but what's most important to note is that our admissions deadlines generally are 1 month before a quarter begins. So generally in early May and early August, we would like you to have your application submitted so that we can get it all processed before the start of the fall quarter. I'll mention an early special deadline. Anyone who can get their application in around the first week of January, and there's a little bit of wiggle room there, but around the first week of January, that is the best opportunity to be considered for fellowships. We do have a limited number of scholarships/fellowships that we're able to give to teacher leader candidates, and we would love to give those to people if we can. Those are based on need that you express in the application, as well as scholarship, which is also clearly gleaned from the application. If you'd like to add a statement about financial need, that's wonderful. Please do so. What we do is we take all the applications we have in January and we process them, and we make not only admissions decisions in February, but we also make some of the early decisions on fellowships. So you hopefully would be not only admitted to the program, but hopefully we can offer you some money. We do continue to give fellowships out throughout the spring, summer period, and we go right up until the fall quarter. We could try to give away all of our fellowship money to all of our students. You can be eligible in your second year of the program for a fellowship. A lot of this just depends on how much we have. We do not have enough fellowship money to give something to everyone. It's unfortunate, but we continue to try to make it so, but we will look at financial need and scholarship first. and assign fellowships to those individuals. In terms of financing program, the nice thing about the graduate degree is that the ability to access financial aid, I should say loans, either federal loans or private loans, is much larger for graduate school. So if this is your first time applying for graduate school, the whole program can be paid for via loans. And you also want to talk to your employer to see, do they have any programs in your teaching contract or with your employer that where they may pay for some of your classes. So there's lots of little ways that you could help finance the program. Again, we can work with you and talk to you about that when you go through the application process. So hopefully, if you have any questions, you will send them to me. I am, as the director of the program, really the point person for all of these things. And I'm also the advisor for all of our students. So I am ready, willing, and able to answer any and all questions that you might have. I'd also suggest that you go to our website, just do a Google search for Northwestern University Teacher Leadership Program, and you will find our website through the School of Education and Social Policy. And give us also a call or send us an email. We're here to help you make this great decision to dive more deeply into your as a teacher leader in your school, and we'd love to be there to help. So thanks very much, and please let us know if there's anything we can do to help.